Hey y'all, it's your girl Love Ashe, and today we are talking to Taurus and Taurus rising your April 2025 intuitive energy. So, the message that I'm picking up here for you guys is who heals the healer? You guys have spent a lot of time showing up for other people, being dependable, being consistent, being the one that's always there, but lately it's starting to really wear on you. It's not just you needing a nap either, okay? This is emotional burnout from giving too much for too long without enough in return. And that's where this energy is pushing you in April, is to get honest about the emotional weight that you've been carrying. You've been healing from a place of deception, and not just from others. I'm talking about the lies that you told yourself, like, I'm fine, they didn't mean it, or I'm used to that, or that's just how that person is. And the truth is, no, you're not fine. You're over it. You're tired of being useful but not valued. And April is when that truth is going to hit you fully. And for some of you, it's already been showing up in your body. You've been having tension, you've been disinterested in certain people, you've been isolating yourself. And it's because you've reached your limit. You've been strong for so long, you don't even recognize when you're hurting. And this month, your job is to stop minimizing what you feel. You finally see things for what they are. A lot of this emotional pain ties back to people who are supposed to be close to you, like your family, your friends, your romantic relationships, and even people who felt like soulmates to you, but they either couldn't hold space for you or didn't know how to pour into you the way that you needed, and some of them were taking from you the entire time. And you're realizing that some connections were more about convenience than commitment, and you're not okay with that. You're no longer okay with that. And this doesn't mean isolate yourself, right? This means that you've got to reevaluate who you give your access to, because you've outgrown being the fixer. You're done playing the role of emotional sponge in other people's life. And so this month is a month to check in with yourself and ask, what relationships feel lopsided? Where am I still trying to prove my worth? Who has access to me just because they always have, not because they truly deserve my energy? There's also a strong message here about your community. I see some of y'all have been asking for new people. But Spirit is like, how? How are we going to bring these new people in, these new relationships, these new connections, these like-minded individuals, your soul family, when you're still emotionally tied to people you no longer trust? You've got to make space. And your healing is going to come when you stop trying to be useful to everybody else and give some of that energy back to yourself. So saying no and not feeling guilty about it, asking for support instead of waiting for it to be offered, or just letting yourself feel disappointment and not rushing it and brushing it over and making excuses for someone. You guys may feel more detached emotionally. You may need space to think clearly and to stop internalizing other people's shit. Because karma's real, honestly. People are getting back what they put out in relationships, okay? And I feel like you'll be learning what real balance looks like in your relationships. And once you start asking for the help that you need and the support that you need, you'll start to see who's willing and who isn't. And that'll help you to let go of the guilt that you may feel sometimes. Watch out for illusions, especially around people who show up emotionally intense, but they can't offer you any real support. Like they're always trying to trauma bond with you. Also, I feel like your needs are changing. The type of food that you're craving is going to be changing in April. The people who you want to be around is going to be changing in April. Your emotional body may feel irritated by certain foods, certain people. You may notice certain things show up when you eat certain foods. So when you talk to certain people or when you're around certain people, honor that. Also see that you're seeing things clearer than ever right now. So don't ignore the truth anymore. That doesn't serve you. Okay, Taurus? You're not here to be everyone's lifeline. You're not here to play the same role in everyone's relationship. You're here to grow. And that means letting go of people who only value what you do and not who you are. I'm also picking up on this energy as well for some of you guys who are in the spiritual field. Maybe you have been so focused on healing other people and providing, messages and downloads and your gifts and healing and helping other people that you maybe need to set boundaries in your practice with how much you're helping people. Maybe you don't have any energetic boundaries around that. And for some of you, this just feels like you don't mind helping other people. You take great pride and joy in that. You fully know your purpose includes helping people deal with a lot of emotional pain, a lot of things that you are more grounded in as it relates to the emotions. You know how to ground other people's emotions and help them to process it in real time, and people cling to you guys because of that. But who heals the healer? Who's there when you need support? And it's kind of like the people that you are upset with or you're frustrated with, these people, they don't have the spiritual, emotional, or mental capacity to help you in the way that you need to. So this is about you guys in the month of April letting go of whatever expectations that you have of these people and seeing them for who they are. A lot of people in your life are clients, but because you haven't given yourself permission to live in your spiritual authority, you say, oh, it's just a friend, we just talk whenever they're going through something. That's a client. That's not a friend. Some of you guys are building a community, or you are joining a community with like-minded individuals, or you are getting connected with your soul tribe or a soulmate as well really soon here. But there is this need for you guys to let go of the emotional pain that comes from pouring into people and just reminding yourself that some of these people literally can't pour into you. And I feel like if you lower your expectations and limit access to these certain individuals, it'll save you a whole lot of heartache and pain. And I feel like you guys have been, isolating yourself from people because you have convinced yourself, like, you know what, maybe I don't like people. And I've been there before. I've said that many times. But it wasn't that I didn't like people. It was that I didn't know how to set boundaries and know the difference between who was a client, who was the Most High sending my way for me to help them, and who was the Most High sending to help me. So you guys are learning about reciprocity in April for sure. Reciprocity in your romantic relationships. You're seeing that maybe you're trauma bonding with the current partner that you're with. You guys are super gifted, super gifted. But there's something here that is emerging in the month of April where you are needing the support of others to get to that next level, whether that's mental, physical, emotional, financial, social. You're needing some type of support. So that is what I'm picking up for Taurus and Taurus rising in the month of April. And I hope you guys have the most amazing month, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.